Whatever you do, don't play the goddamn music. It'll stick in our ears for the rest of our days.
Not even the cool... Okay, I'm actually gonna...
Oh, that's right. Now I'm going to show off the costume feature in this game. And I love how for this bit, like, they made it so that Gyro's speaking through communicator even though we're clearly right next to him.
It also
I also love that the lighting's making him look like super shady.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they really should have spread out the lighting, like, sources in this lab a bit more.
It looks kind of nightmare foolish in a way. So anyway, we have several options. Like the sailor outfit, our vacation outfit, him in his underwear, and him in his underwear.
Why do we have 3 outfits of him
We'll
in his
unlock
underwear?
more later.
Oh,
We have to unlock those, I guess. Oh!
Yeah, I figured it was an unlockable.
Whoa!
Whoa!
And voila!
Hey, look at him!
And he has a camera, too. Well, let's see if he takes pictures.
He's ready for vacations in Duckburg. Oh, God.
Oh, boy, I can't hear anything
hey, Logan,
anymore.
quick question.
Yes. What?
If we manage to get his autograph at Sec Anime, what do we have Tony Anselmo sign?
Hang on, what's up?
Oh, that's right. This thing happened in recording.
Oh.
In-game audio splicing the stage's theme. Okay, so there'll be no more sound effects, just music. And I don't know. I don't have anything. I'll have to find something. And oof.
All I have is my purple journal that I use for every other autograph.
Technically,
Do just fine.
I could start, especially with Quentin Flynn also being there. I could start something of bringing my Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5 thing, because Tony voiced Donald Duck in Kingdom Hearts, didn't he?
Tony voices him in just about everything, save for Roadster Racers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I could bring my Kingdom Hearts
hey,
thing
look,
for him
it's
to
classic
sign.
Luigi.
Yeah, that's the funny thing I find about the dog, the mechanic enemies. They're literally dressed up like Mario and Luigi.
They are.
Hey!
It's almost as if it were intentional or something.
If I could just say, you guys talking about autographs, just the way you were discussing, like, oh, what should we get Tony to autograph? Reminds me of this one scene from Third Rock from the Sun where, like, Dick just, in the span of a second, like, gets so enamored into this book, like, he's in the middle of, like, the signing, and he goes, oh, you want me to sign your book? Book nothing! Sign my breast! And he pulls off his shirt, and maybe he can use the nipple to dot the I.
Oh my goodness.
Also, James, I just realized it actually would make perfect sense for them to be styled after Mario and Luigi, considering this is licensed by Nintendo.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a good point.
I forgot about
Number
that.
one,
I wonder if it's still the same way for the other console versions.
Although looking at them, I could see them not being voiced by Charles Martinet, but more by Lou Albano and
Danny Wells,
Danny
back when they
Wells.
were actually alive.
yeah.
Hey, Mario! I can't stop this crazy thing!
Well, Luigi, I can't get control over this thing.
Oh wait, no, that's Walker Boone and Tony Rosato.
Oh, James goes bad.
no. Hey, at least you got your special.
So, is there
I
much
love
of a
how
difficulty
spastic they
curve?
are. They're just like,
Oh,
we
now
did
we're a
it.
special move.
Aw.
And by this point, I decided to go ahead and let the volume back on because by this point, everything ran as smooth as normal.
What?
Whoop.
Oh.
So that was the ring-a-ding-ding, and
Okay, well-
again, it just turns us invincible.
But yeah,
Okay,
just
and we're
going
back,
off to
yeah.
the whole difficulty curve thing, Logan, again, I'm just going off, like, the earlier versions.
Oh.
There is a curve in there. It does get noticeably difficult, but it's nothing, like, too, like, unnerving. Like, you can still get through it pretty well. That being said, and this is just me, I don't know if anyone else does, even though the game is easy, don't get cocky about it, because it is possible to kind of, like, you know, get surprised here and there.
Yeah, it's easy to get overzealous and make a script so bad it'll send Donald quacking.
Okay. And one thing I've been noticing, because half the time, and people may still be confused if they're watching this apart, like if they didn't watch the first part. So, I mean, half the time it almost looks like an auto runner. Is there ever really any reason to stop? Like, are there any hazards that you can't dodge just by running just right past them?
Not really, no. I mean, well, at that point, there are ways you could probably just jump over them or go to the side. In fact, there's actually certain like obstacles or collectibles you could probably get by doing that. Thank you very much.
You live there.
You guys are there. You live there.
Yeah.
So yeah, the nephews are actually making these special moves for us, and again, they all have a different combination, each have a different animation, but they still do the exact same thing. You turn invincible, and the gear worth increases.
Okay.
Actually,
go ahead.
Donald Duck going pissed.
yeah.
Oh, the Beagle Boys. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, freaking of all things, you don't think Scrooge McDuck would have wanted the tallest tower in all of Duckburg, and instead he lets the Beagle Boys do it?
That's a good point. Because yeah, the next tallest point we're supposed to go to is Beagle Tower.
Like, it should have been Duckburg Tower or Duck.
If not,
whatever.
if not his own home, but yeah, like his money bin.
Sucker chop.
Dude.
Oh,
And he goes in for the kill, and it's good.
What's wrong with
Okay.
this one? It looks perfectly fine to.
fun. Oh, I noticed that when we started whenever we start a level, there are 3
Oh,
golden threads in each. Shake it.
I was
that's his
wondering
default
why that
animation whenever
animation
you-
is.
Oh, we're tech. We're tech.
But yeah, no, like that's the fun thing. It's like whenever you're hyped up with orange juice, like he just goes into a mambo whenever you're standing.
And the funny thing is that for the N64 version, that little animation of him just like shaking this thing, that's technically a victory animation that he plays every time you get all the collectibles on a level.
I don't know how the hell that beagle hit me there.
Hey, at least
Who
you got your
knows?
milkshake.
Yeah, we're good again.
And we're about to get some orange juice. Like that's pretty close in terms of where you place your health items. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's another thing. Like all the main collectibles you find are usually in present boxes. The purple ones are for your health items.
Okay. Oh, jeez.
Oh
Health. Thank you.
Again, I love that so much. It gives the game its charm and just that's why I love going back to this every once in a while. Despite the fact that it essentially is if you take a Crash Bandicoot game and give it the same difficulty curve as Kirby.
Oh, special move,
I know.
and that should be the yoga one again. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
oh, thank God you can skip them. So, yeah, they pretty much all do the same thing, like, kind of like Voodoo Vince's, like Voodoo attacks, and where they all they serve the same purpose, screen nukes. But
And what's up?
I was gonna say, whenever we start a level, I noticed that it shows that there are 3 golden threads, but it also shows a medal, one with the nephew's face on it, and one with Gladstone's face on it.
Those are for extra challenges that you can activate once you meet certain requirements. With Gladstone, you pretty much with the Gladstone icon. That's pretty much
It's pretty much a time trial.
And in doing them successfully, you earn a nickel.
What do you do with a nickel?
You buy things, you dolt.
Right. Well, what do you buy in this day and age with only 5 cents?
Well, what would you buy in this game? I haven't seen any store or anything like that.
Well, in the terms of the nickels, I think that's all just for bragging rights. But for the nephews, if you manage to hit every special move in an area, you can unlock their special moves challenge, where the level will task you with trying to perform 2 special moves. One that the AI of this program that's watching Donald will give you.
And it's kind of interesting because I do remember, like, their purpose was a lot different in the N64 version. Like, they would technically be blocking the way to the each world special level, which is pretty much the chase levels. And in order to let them give you access, you have to find all 3 of their toys in all the levels.
Huh. Also, I just realized this for the World 2, this World 2 only has like 3 levels as opposed to 4, like the first one.
And the same will apply once we go to the 3rd world. But the final world will give us the 4 levels we had in Ducky Mountain again. So take that for what you will. And
There's a hand again.
yeah.
And like I said, in the N64 version, this was actually a truck the Beagles were driving.
Of course, the Beagles would try to plot our downfall, literally run us over like the vermin we are.
So before I say my other thing, James, go ahead.
Okay, so the only thing I will not be showing off in this game outside of the time trials and the special move challenges, there is actually a 5th world that you can unlock if you tackle every single special moves challenge and get every cool coin, as they call it.
Oh, all right.
They're as far as I'm concerned, like they're basically just I think they're supposed to be levels that are structured after all the set pieces we're going through, like Ducky Mountain, Duckburg, and so on. The level design, I think, is different, but they're basically just your reward for getting all the cool coins.
Okay. Ow, Jace.
Oh no.
Oh gosh, he's going mad. That sound.
Ducky crazy!
Oh man, just okay.
Okay, there you go.
There was something else I was gonna say earlier,
Wait,
but
since
Oh.
when did the hand have a
Lost it.
tail?
No,
Yeah,
that's
I was
just
gonna say.
that's the part
It's
of
a
it. It's a ghostly tale.
it's a ghostly miss. Actually, that does remind me. I would argue this is the hardest hand chase. Just
It's a lot.
because there's a lot of twists and turns that could easily let the hand catch up, but
rats.
of course he misses again.
So what
Yeah.
what would you say, apart from the fact that they changed the thing that chases after you, probably due to limitation of models, is there anything that this upgrade to the next gen removed from the original? Like the things that were lost that you kind of wish weren't lost?
Well, one thing I will say for the N64 version, I kind of like the way it transitioned between hubs, because, like, in the N64 version, what would happen is, like, Donald would be, like, standing over the pearls that you use, and this cartoon glove would just, like, grab him by the foot and just, like, violently throw him down into the portal, and then just give, like, a thumbs up afterwards.
Fab lifting?
Fab lifting?
Fab lifting. I don't think I showed that one off because honestly, it's a weird combination. I kind of forget it on a whim. But anyway,
Sounds weird.
of course we come to our boss, and well, the next highest summit is Beagle Tower. Who are we gonna face? What do you think?
We're obviously
Mama
going to be
Beagle.
facing... Whoa. There he is.
Hey, Gladstone, we're finally here for our epic duel to the death.
Psych.
Oh! Ow!
Not so much for being like... Oh, another nickel.
Another nickel.
That's pretty much Gladstone's whole shtick in a nutshell. The Beagle Boys.
I thought Mama Beagle would have been here.
Of course, it's the Beagle Boys.
And it's actually kind of funny because the body that they're using there is for Bouncer Beagle, but he sounds like Big Time.
They didn't have time to make 3 different models.
As far as I'm concerned, I think the whole differences between all the Beagle Boys was only really a thing in DuckTales. Like the Carl Banks comics and all that, I think they were all just one and the same.
Oh, that makes sense. They're just
They
goofs.
are. And they're
Also,
also kind
Sealy.
of like that in the Sports Goofy short, which I still love.
Hit him,
watching
hit him.
to this day.
Nice.
Oh, okay, that answers my question.
I need to watch that someday.
Yep, and
It was
Sealy was
hilarious.
and I was gonna say, Sealy, to catch you up to date on what was happening. Oh crap, they're making holes now. A lot of them. Is it possible to make too many holes close to one another if you don't like pace this out properly?
I guess. I mean, I never had a point where I actually created so many holes that I'm practically SOL, but
Okay. But yeah, sorry, to catch you up with what keeps happening with Gladstone and the Nickels. In the show and lore, DuckTales, Donald Duck's comics, Gladstone is the luckiest duck in the world. Like, he just has good fortune happening to him all the time.
But I guess in this game, that's pretty much the opposite. He has probably the worst luck out of all of them.
Well, but every time he finds a nickel. So
That's true,
inevitably
yeah.
he does have the
So
best
his
luck.
luck
It's
keeps
just
coming back.
nice.
There you go.
Wow, nice.
Out of here.
One more.
One more time.
All that's left is Bouncer big time.
Uh-oh.
Bounce time.
The big time bouncer.
Oh jeez. Oh,
Be careful.
Ugh.
Yeah.
stop courting death over here.
And for those wondering, no, Scrooge is not in this game at all.
Stop courting
Poor
death over there.
Scrooge.
I was gonna say another DuckTales character is though, but we'll save that for later.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
DuckTales,
Murloc.
well, to be fair, she is part of the big Carl Banks lore, so I think it only makes sense that she'd appear.
Easy. Oh jeez.
I know.
Careful. Oh.
At least the bombs are falling into the holes.
Yep. Another question I actually had. If Donald Duck has orange juice, what do the other characters have?
I don't know. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, Donald Duck is the only character, well, that's been branded with some sort of food for all these years. Like, right down from the 1940s to even today, they still sell Donald Duck orange juice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Whether it's good or
That's
not
all
is
y'all
another
must, yeah.
story, but if it's lasted for this long, it's gotta live up to its legacy.
My question is, why Donald Duck of all characters?
There you go.
There.
And off he goes with orange juice powered fists.
Ah, brand deals.
Comes
what?
vitamin C, my one weakness.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, the fly, the bird.
Yay!
Bird.
We were
Bye.
saved by the hummingbird. I think
He
it's
just
a
falls
bird.
down.
I don't know.
Bye,
It was a
bye,
butterfly.
Beagle Boy brand cranberry juice today.
Cranberry juice.
We did
There
it.
you have it. The second highest summit ever. I think.
Now
Hey.
time for the first highest.
I was to say, even though I clearly saw a skyscraper in the background that was taller because I could see it from the horizon. Thank you, background artists. We did it. More gamma radiation.
That should be just enough power to send us to our next location.
Hey, thanks, Donald. We now have enough power to fuel 3 Hulks.
I was about to say, I love how you're just... Devil damn it. Just the joke you're making it sound like the gyro's creating Gamma World.
Well, I mean, that's what we're making. We're using gamma. What the?
Magica?
What?
She's a villainess from DuckTales and stuff. An evil witch duck who's like how many years old? Thousands.
Well,
Give or take.
She's old. She's old enough to outlive her voice actress. God rest her soul.
Da-da-da.
But hey, to consider. Oh, okay, let's not get sentimental here. See you guys for Dispel Manor.
Spooky.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.